Hello, my name is Kyle Hendon, Communications Director for Humanity Forward Arizona. We recently chartered as a political advocacy nonprofit. Since myself and my fellow board members are in the beginning stages of filling our departments, getting our message out, interacting with Humanity Forward National, Humanity First Movement, and our other state chapters. As Communications Director, I saw a disconnect between the grassroots of the Sanders, Warren, and Yang campaigns. Grassroots leaders like Kyle Kulinski, Patrick Kelly, David Pinkman, as well as news sources like The Hill, had to touch on the heartbeat of their respective followers. Yet, they lacked the authority in their respective campaigns to have substantial change in the course of the primary. At Humanity Forward Arizona, we'd like to combine the respective of new media agents into our organization. Thus, we are launching the Step Forward podcast. We will facilitate the transfer of news and vital information to and from our nonprofit directly to our grassroots, provide an entertaining venue to question leaders, see topics discussed you want broached, and to effectively utilize the passions and energies of our grassroots into the nonprofit. We hope to capture the energies of the Yang Gang to launch our success here in Arizona. As Communications Director, I will be your main host, but other members of our leadership have a standing invitation to appear as guests or hosts. Episodes will feature our President, Brendan Carpenter, Vice President, Ron Russell, Volunteer Organizer, Eric Redbird, Legal Director, Corey Taiska, or IT Director, Angelo Mendoza. We will be uploading to YouTube in this interim period while we figure out accommodations for a studio and recording equipment. We will broadcast weekly, but hope to provide more content as we advocate for universal basic income, data rights, and human-centered capitalism. We hope to provide access, resources, and clout to Humanity First candidates. Mostly, we hope to provide a sense of stability in this chaos. We begin each podcast with the Step Forward report. We will bring you news coming directly from Humanity Forward National, Humanity First Movement, our local state chapters, and Arizona itself, as well as relevant news submitted from our board members and our volunteers alike. Our next segment will be the Step Forward and Talk. This will be our long-form podcast conversations between members of the board, the hosts, and volunteers, or invited guests we were able to get on the show. We hope to take recommendations and see volunteers and supporters able to come on the podcast to talk directly with us. Lastly, we will be hosting our Q&A sessions. We hope to take questions from our supporters that were submitted before the taping and during live segments, depending on the occasion. Our main goal is to keep you informed about our actions, policies, and decisions, and to be able to effectively respond to praise, feedback, or criticism. We hope to avoid the all too common problem leaders have, detaching themselves from their constituency and being unresponsive to their followers. The Yang Gang knows all too well the frustrations of being disconnected from our leader. Campaign volunteers know the frustrations of hearing news on Twitter first, when we had the capability to support and magnify the campaign's message with better coordination. I do not fault Andrew or his staff. We ran an amazing campaign together and accelerated the eradication of poverty by generations. We are going through a historically tough time together. The challenges extend well beyond the pandemic we face. Our government has been overrun by competing interests. The media has abandoned their principles of our grandfathers. Technology is rapidly advancing at a rate our society, our culture, and institutions cannot keep pace. We face national security threats, foreign and domestic. What's worse, our people are fragmented, demoralized, falling without a floor to stand on. Our institutions haven't been able to help. Our ideologies are flags in the wind. People blame each other for the other's problems and are unwilling to help unless it's mutually beneficial. I believe the world was a lost cause in September of 2019. With a booming economy, Democrats beginning their primary candidates to take on the president. Yet solely because of the people I have met during the Yang campaign, I have hope. Maybe for the first time in my adult life, I can see a path forward. One that isn't left or isn't right, but forward. This begins with a single step. Take yours. Call your local representatives and tweet Congress passed UBI and help get the word out. We need to act now. Thank you guys. I'll catch you later.